Hello and welcome back to Card Spotlight. This week we're going to take a look at the Storyteller. This old chap has been causing trouble in the Faeria community recently, basically helping OTK decks out in killing their opponents in one turn. Now Storyteller has kind of a history in Faeria of being a helping hand in those kind of weird or crazy combo orientated decks. So I decided this week I'm going to be playing two decks during this episode of Card Spotlight. I'm going to be playing the Magic School Bus, which has picked up in popularity recently on the hub, and I have never played this deck before, so you're going to witness me play it first time. I'm not sure how it's going to go, but we'll see. And the second deck is going to be Turtle One Turn Kill. So this is kind of an evolution of kind of Super Toad. Super Toad is another one-turn kill deck that doesn't exist anymore, but the Turtle Power or the Turtle One-Turn Kill still exists. There's a specialty of Modnick to play the style of Aurora's Disciple decks, so I'll take that deck for a spin as well. So let's get into the matches and see how I perform with two one-turn kill decks. Alright, into the first game, we're going to be playing the Turtle OTK to start things off. And there he is, the Storyteller. He's already here. Right, so Storyteller's a good keep because we can play him on turn one. And these, I think I'll throw these two. We want to find ourselves an Aurora's Disciple. This is going to be key to winning the game. Now, one of the problems with this deck is once you identify that this is Turtle OTK, just frogify the turtle, remove the turtle, whatever you need to do to get rid of it. Just get rid of it and you'll be in a good situation. And that is one of the key issues. So we just played Storyteller. And we have two turtles. Wow, I can't complain about two turtles, that's for sure. So what we need to do is we need to set up a turtle on our side of the board, right next to our orb. It doesn't really need to be positioned anywhere near our opponent. We draw a bunch of cards, and then we get some soul pack combos off with a turtle, with the Kalim's Training, the Flash Wind, and of course with the Shifting Tide. And we can move our opponent's guys out the way. We can then get a one-turn kill by a super empowered Aurora's Disciple. Now this guy's not in range of us just yet, and there's a Soul Pact as well, so this is going to be very important in order to make sure we land this combo. Now Explore does empower these two as well, so I need to decide, do I wait a turn or do I go for the turtles? Now this guy's pretty deadly. I don't like him being here. I don't feel like we have enough resources to pull off a one-turn kill just yet, so I am just going to move up, take the Faeria, I'm going to pass. I want to use this Explore when I get these Disciples down, so they get +1/+1 each. And that's one of the advantages of Explore in event-based decks, because this is fundamentally an event-based one-turn kill deck, and Explore is very powerful in, say, something like Yellow Events or Yellow Tempo as it's called, because that Explore reduces the cost of the Colossus, and that's really important. Aurora. Honestly, this is just fine. Like, I don't really care about the Storyteller that much. I think we go for double turtle and we move this up one so it doesn't collect. So we can use the Explore card here to make sure that we can block the double collection next turn. So let's take the double leg, we'll take the double turtle, take the Explore. Now I'm not empowering these turtles anymore, and that's because I don't want to run into Frogify and then waste power-ups. I guess with two turtles is not too bad because they're both going to get powered up. But say for example I had two deserts and I decided, well, you know, I'm going to play Kalim's Training on one of these guys. That is the one that's going to get removed first. So I want to be able to use Kalim's Training when I have initiative, when I'm able to actually kill my opponent. That is a very good draw. That is what we want to see. Now, we don't have any Flash Winds yet. That is a little bit of a problem. I'm going to Wisdom first before I move anywhere. I want to see exactly what I have available to me. Oh, this is pretty handy. It'd be a little better if I could get a failed experiment. So I assume... So the problem I have now is if one of these turtles die and one of them gets transformed by a Frogify, I probably lose the match. And this is kind of the nature of this deck. It's very lopsided. You either win really hard or lose really hard. There doesn't seem to be a middle ground. So let's move over and collect. We'll take a draw with this Lore Thief. More soul packs. Great. Okay, we'll move here. Collect Faeria. And I think we pass. I don't see a need to actually continue. Now this actually... Oh, I was going to say... this. Oh, actually, that is a misplay. I should have maybe decided on the Soul Pact Wisdom just to push this turtle up. But I guess on the other hand... I guess this Lore Thief can kill the commander, so it's not too bad. So if he collects here, and then I can just clear with both. If he moves to this side, it's much more awkward for me, because that means I have to build land, which is something I don't want to have to do. Is that a Phantasm? Another Aurora! And Frogify. So this is what I'm saying. Once your turtles get removed, it's incredibly difficult to win a game from there. So now I have to dig really hard into my deck and try and find another turtle. None of these cards help. Alright, so let's draw. Let's draw. And the sad thing is, I'm kind of wasting all this stuff. I don't really want to be doing that. I want to play this stuff down. So yeah, it just goes to show that if like I had two turtles set up there, one got removed, which I couldn't really do much about. And then the other got transformed. And that really set me back. And it makes it very hard to win from that point. Especially with this multi-Aurora 6/6 Gathering Commander flying around. And this is... well, this is a reason the deck isn't tier 1. It's all in on those free copies of Aurora. Once they're dead, you can't really push much damage from there. I think the worst thing is I'm gonna have to invest. I kind of have to invest in this frog to kill this to make sure my next turtle lives. Okay. And this guy is having the time of his life right now. I guess he has a good idea of what's actually going down. See, I need like another training. It's so clunky. Right. Let's get rid of this. So there's my turtle. Right, so I've cleared this guy out, which means I have the opportunity next turn to maybe I can lake here. I probably don't win, unfortunately. Okay, so this commander actually has a lot of reach. So I need to put the turtle in here. And we'll use... I think we use one Soul Pact. The player in Double Emperor's Command. And look at my deck, guys. I've only got 5 cards left. This is what this deck does. It just goes through cards really quickly. Now, if this doesn't get Frogified, if this doesn't get Phantasmed, I may be able to kill him on the damage. We'll have to see, because there's going to be... Oh, there's a Frogify. And there you have it. So that pretty much wraps up this match. There's no way I can kill him. You need the power-ups from the deck, from the turtle. Like, I can do stuff like this. But these flash winds aren't giving him power-ups. This would be giving me +1/+1 for every turtle, which would be really useful. Yeah, and we'll just kill ourselves. Why not? One and two into the heal. Take me up to 3 into the draw, and that is going to be dead. And that gives you a good idea of how this deck plays and how vulnerable it is to removal. We'll go into another match and we'll see how we do against hopefully a different color. Like, I think blue just has a great time against this anyway. Yellow is probably second best because it can... Well, actually, yellow and green are probably equal, because one has Voice of Truth, one has Last Nightmare, whereas red could have tremendous problems in dealing with turtles, because you can just buff them as much as you want. It doesn't matter. They need to invest damage into removing them, but green has Voice of Truth, so they can just bring it back down to size, so you probably don't invest any buffs. So actually, I would go as far to say, as far as matchups go, blue is probably the worst because they have Phantasm and Frogify. Then second is probably... Sorry, blue is the best, sorry. Yellow is the second best, has Last Nightmare and Choking Sands. Green is third, has Voice of Truth. And last but not least is red. So let's get into another game. Alright, we are going into another game, and we're going to see if I can actually pull off a one-turn kill this time. It's tough, but sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, and I think that's the problem with the deck fundamentally. It's very easy to create counterplay for it. Unlike Green Yellow Haste, like there's not much counterplay to that, but to this you need to have a creature on board and it needs to live in order for you to pull off the combo. Now, another thing that's really weak about this list as well is, once you play that Storyteller, your opponent's going to have a good idea of what you're trying to do, and they can kind of prepare... They can prepare to counter you. Green Yellow Haste has a lot of cheeky ways to get in, even if you do set up strong counterplay, but this deck doesn't really have that. I think that's one of the issues. And that's a really good draw, actually. We'll take a desert and we'll just take a collection. So getting this early is always really good. You want a Storyteller in your opening hand, but I'd probably keep a Disciple as well, because some of the problems this deck has is you're relying on 3 cards to set up your win condition. Now, Costly, as you can see, he is going in, so he is aware of what I'm playing, so there's no surprise there. Now, we are going to once again, we're going to set up, I believe we set up a Storyteller this turn. We could set up this into Failed Lore Thief Campfire. It's actually pretty strong, but right now Elderwood into Teleport could clear. Actually, he can't do that. He hasn't got enough Faeria. He could feed the Grove Caller. How much power do I gain? So that's going to be... I think I can pump this to a point where it's pretty good. But on the other hand, the problem is if I do that and he uses the Voice of Truth, I'm going to be in a bit of trouble. So let's go for a Storyteller. 2 turtles. Now, 2 turtles are always better than 1. I don't really have the Faeria I need to be able to make a good push next turn. And if I play a turtle here and a Grove Guardian comes down, I might be in a little bit of trouble because I won't have anywhere to play, say, like Failed Experiment into Lore Thief. But you know what? I will play 1 turtle. We'll go for 1 and we'll get 1 campfire on it ready. So if something does come down, perhaps the 1 turtle and the Storytellers can clear it, make clearing a path for the 2nd turtle to get set up. So there's no forest towards me, which means that my turtles should be safe this turn. That's very good for me. And we get the desert on the right. If we pick up Soul Pact, we can potentially pull off some crazy plays. Like we can go Failed Experiment Lorphy for 1 Faeria. And that's going to give 1 power up, 2 cards. We get to collect 2, Soul Pact into Wisdom. Lots of cool stuff we could do from here. So we'll start off with the Failed Experiment into the Lorphy. If I could have actually set up another... No, I can't set up another turtle. I don't have enough room. Okay, so now things are looking a little better. Now, I either go for it now and try and kill him this turn, or I don't bother and I wait till next turn. And I think I'm going to wait till next turn. So let's get another turtle down. I actually don't mind Soul Pact into Wisdom, just to play around Teleport to clear one of the turtles. And we have another turtle, sick. Okay. Let's see if we can pull off the 1-turn kill next turn. We have Soul Pact, Double Collection, Wisdom, Flash Wind. We have Shifting Tide as well. So Flash Wind takes us here with a Kaleem's Training. And then the normal movement takes us here. But with the shift... Oh, excuse me. With the Shifting Tide, we can actually shift it up 1 first and then make that play. If we pick up another Flash Wind and the taunt comes down here, we perhaps have a way to actually get around that with the Shifting Tide to move the taunter out of the way and then make an attack. This Wood Elemental is less frightening now that I have 2 turtles down, because if one dies, at least I get to keep the other. There shouldn't be a way that 2 can be cleared. I want to see if there's a Voice of Truth or something like that. Voice of Truth on this one, that's fine. Is it going to be a teleport? If a teleport comes down and we clear this, and there's no feed, we probably just kill the Wood Elemental with the other turtle and go from there. Probably need the second Flash Wind actually, because this Voice of Truth blocks the path of this guy. So there is a teleport. Is there a power-up? Doesn't look like it. See, a lot of the colors have good answers to this deck. It's only mono red that really struggles. Oh, another Flash Wind. That's really good. All right. Can we afford another turtle? It depends if I want to kill him this turn, which I think I should figure out first. So let's take the draw. Didn't pick up the training. I actually think I invest the other turtle. Now. Yeah, we'll kill this. And then we'll pass here. So now we have all our turtles, which is not bad, and our opponent only has a 1/5 down, so there's not going to be any teleport shenanigans. We should be pretty safe from that. And then we have a Shifting Tide if we need it to move any taunts out the way. We have Flash Wind to move a taunt out the way. So things are looking pretty good for us right now. We just need to draw the Kaleem's Training. It's a very important piece of the combo. We have 12 cards left in deck, 3 trainings. We definitely have a draw next turn. We have 2 draws to follow up from there with the double shifting tide if we need it. We have Lorphy, so we can draw most of our deck this turn. So I should be able to kill. Let's make sure. Ah, excellent. This is exactly what we needed. Still not getting that training though. It's definitely trying to make our life difficult. We probably only need this guy to kill, but we'll make sure. We'll go Storyteller here. Come on, game. Be nice to me. Alright, we collect. I'll take the law. No, we can't take the law thief this turn. Yeah, let's pass. Alright, so we're going to go for it next turn. We can probably draw the rest of our deck next turn. We get one organic draw. We get a draw off the power wheel, and then we get 2 draws off the law thief. And now we have 2 turtles. So if you pick up 2 Kaleem's training, we have a very good opportunity to actually punch any taunts that get in the way out of sight, and that's fine. We also have double... we also have double shifting tide, so we can actually just move this right across. There we go. Okay, yeah, so this is lethal. 100%. Oh, one more draw. One more event needed. There you go. Job done. And there we have it. That's what the deck's supposed to do. But you can play around it so easily if you just take care of the turtles when they show up, and you shouldn't have too much of a problem. If you play mono red though, you might encounter some issues. But most of the time, the turtle one turn kill player will just empower their turtle straight off 1 turn against mono red. So it's going to be very difficult for you to stop that. But if you do have the resources in hand to clear it, it might cost you a few cards. It's going to be worth it because you're going to take 20 damage to your orb if you don't. So that sums up Turtle 1 turn kill. Let's take a look at our next deck. Alright guys, we are on to our next deck, which is going to be the Magic School Bus. Now I have no experience with this list. I have no idea how it plays. I do know that it involves the Mistral Guide and the Wind Soldiers and the Averys, and that's how you finish the game off. So I'm going to be learning myself while I play this deck. And yeah, if you guys have any thoughts, be sure to leave them in the comments. I am going to be testing the waters. I'm going into the deep end straight away. I haven't learned to swim yet, but hopefully I'll come out paddling and maybe find some progress with playing this deck. So let's get into the next set of matches, which will be with the Magic School Bus. Alright guys, we are going to play my first ever game of Magic School Bus. I have no idea what I'm doing. I guess I'm just trying to set up a big swing turn with the Mistral Guide and use Flash Winds and stuff. I don't know. Like I said, we'll see as we go along. So let's take this guy first. A good old Storyteller making his way back. Great turn 1 card against any deck, really, as long as you're playing 1 turn kill, because the healing doesn't matter and the card draw mostly benefits you. Sky Captain, interesting. Okay. So I probably want to keep my soul packs for the combo. I don't need a lot of lands, fortunately, so I can kind of just get set up. Man, I'm not really sure. Am I just trying to draw cards? Unlike the... So let's compare this to Turtle Power. Turtle Power is very linear for a 1 turn kill deck because you just draw lots of cards, you play a turtle down, you power it up, you play a bunch of mobility and you win. That's that in a nutshell, but this deck is very different. You don't have access to all the card momentum that the blue offers you. You actually, Village Elder and Storyteller are neutral cards that provide card draw. Now there is a one of Kaleem's Prayer in here, which I imagine is used in your finishing combo to try and get that extra bit of Faeria to try and finish the match off. But as far as things go, I don't really know what I'm trying to do. I guess I can apply pressure with the air elemental, with the windborne emissary to push a bit of damage. Maybe I'm not trying to kill them from one combo alone. Maybe I want to apply pressure first and then apply pressure first and then deal damage to them later with the wind soldiers to finish them off. So still, I need to work this out in my head. Uh-oh, these sky captains are getting very personal all of a sudden. We're gonna use an air elemental to stop this. Now let's think about Mistral Guide for a second. So Mistral Guide is gonna give us a -2. Now keep in mind we're gonna need lands to make this work. So I'm not sure how we're gonna do it. I guess we could just play. I guess we can choose a spot where we want Mistral Guide to go, and then we can build a land around it based on which path we want to send our wind soldiers in. That is an air elemental coming right down the middle of these two cards. This is interesting. This land development. Don't know if I quite understand it. I want to kill this next turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. And this allows these two creatures to challenge and take care of the threats that are ahead of us. Now, the Sky Captains, the longer they're on board, the more value they gain, and they can become quite deadly. Hopefully the air elemental sticks around and can clear it. He can actually protect it with his own elemental by moving the Sky Captain back, then just shimmying across the block. Play when Flashwind plays, but there's probably going to be a Soul Drain, which means that I won't be able to kill the Sky Captain just yet without at least dropping an Avery to start off with. Alright, this guy's moving forward, so there might be a Flashwind or a mobility trick now to push this forward. Yes, and challenge the air elemental. Nice play there, just protecting these captains, trying to get as much value as possible. And this one moves back, and I can respect that too. So very, very good play there from Punk. He knows what's up. And a big, bulky Kaleem coming down to apply pressure. Now I need to put my Averys in safe places. So let's take a draw. Okay. So these power each other up, which is really nice. Yeah. Okay. We're doing all right. We're not doing too badly. We are controlling the board. This Kaleem is going to be an issue. There's no hard removal, and I can't really use my wind soldiers when it comes to trying to clear stuff. Maybe I can use one or two, but like I said, I do believe that the wind soldier combo is supposed to be the finisher. Nice. I like that. That's good for me because I want my Elder to die. I want to be able to draw more cards. So losing my Elder there is perfect. 100% happy with that. So we have a Demon Wing blocking our way. I don't believe we run Soul Drain. So Soul Drain's not going to be a problem. Is not going to be a problem here for Punk. And it looks like this is more of a traditional flyer list. It's absolutely fine. We might actually just use a Wind Soldier here. I don't know, maybe we don't even bother. Maybe we just clear, we just trade off here, send this guy up again. But then he's so vulnerable. Maybe we move him into double collection, move the Storyteller here so Kaleem can't clear the Storyteller and move on to our land. So he has to make a choice between damage and board control. And then we just take the card draw. There's a Flashwind. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll just clear these guys up and I'll pass on this. And we'll go from here. Soul Drain. So the Soul Drain does show up in the end. Not at the right time for Punk, but Punk is still getting a pretty decent clear here, allowing to push an additional, maybe additional 2 damage now. You can make a Desert, push 2 damage with the follower, and then start moving that 5-3 down to cause some trouble. So a Storyteller would be quite nice for me because it would allow me to gain some additional life and card draw. Oh, that's pretty painful. Yeah, I might actually need to use this guy to kill this. It's possible, I can do it. Yeah, this guy hurts. So Flash Wind's being used far more defensively here. We can play Khalid. I have 17 Faeria, that's nuts. Why do I have so much Faeria? We can play the Elder. And then we can pass. Like I said, I'm going to be straight up with you. I don't know what I'm doing with this. I probably need to sit down and play it for like an hour or two and then get an idea of how to pilot it. Because right now I'm a little confused on how I actually win. Because this doesn't have the card draw engine like the blue deck. And I think that's a big problem. And I don't even have enough to soul pact at this point. These soul packs, I have enough to do 1 soul pack, so they're becoming quite useless. Yeah, I think I've built the land wrong here. Because how am I making use of these followers? They're not, unless I get the Mistral Guide off, they don't get powered up. So yeah, let's just call it at this. We'll drop a surrender, and I think I'll just do a little bit of research first, and then we'll come back into our next match. So well played there to Punk, and yeah, let's get into the next game and see if I improve. Alright guys, I am going to try and pull off the Magic School Bus right now. I've watched the video by Calusian, and hopefully I'll be able to do it. I'm not too sure what to mulligan for. I guess Storytellers would be quite nice, and Air Elementals. So we need 17 Faeria, 2 Averys, 2 Wind Soldiers, a Mistral Guide, and a Follower in order to pull off this combo, as explained in the video. If you check out the description, I put a link into the video. It's quite a funny video as well. It's very humorous. It had me chuckling, so be sure to check that out. Now, I cannot promise I will pull this combo off. This may take a little bit of practice on my part, but I will see. Okay, green yellow sack. That gives me some time. I don't want to be pressured like I was last time by the yellow flyers. So let's do this. Oh, I guess we can Storyteller actually. There you go. Okay. So now we can use Iona's Smile to dig deeper into our deck and find the resources we need in order to pull off this combo. Now, it's explained in the video, you want to get a desert here and a desert here on either side, doesn't really matter. And you play your Mistral Guide in this spot, and then you can summon your creatures to get the lethal from there. Alright. This. I will use Iona's Smile just to thin the deck. And there we have it. So the Avery is good at helping us clear threats that challenge us. But we only need 2. So we have like a flex Avery, and it looks like we have a flex Wind Soldier as well. So when I first played this, when I played the first match, I hadn't watched all the video, I just had a quick look, but I watched it all now. And now I have a much better understanding of how this deck works. But like I said, I can't promise I'll win, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try my best. My only question is, what do you do if your opponent surrounds his orb? Like, how do you deal with that? I guess I just need to start doing some board control with these guys. This guy's gonna be tough to deal with. I'm gonna probably need a wind soldier. Feed the forest on a 2-1. Oh wow, okay, that's cool. I'm very happy. I'm happy with this simply because I want to kill this. This card is a problem right now. I can use Flash Wind to clear this Demon Wing. Since we have plenty of them, might as well. And then we can set up. We'll set this guy up here to move into the wells, and then we can pass. So this Storyteller is going to be chilling and collecting Faeria for us. So what's different about this combo deck, which I think I explained in the last match, is we don't have all the abundance of card draw like blue has access to. In yellow, we're relying on neutral cards like Storyteller and Village Elder to gain us card draw. Which is fine. I mean, maybe we can do something about it, but maybe we can get enough card draw to get us our combo. That is enough to kill this, but I'm not that concerned right now. I think we just pass. Yeah, we just pass here. We don't really need to apply pressure that much. I wanted to kill the 7/6 because it'd be a problem later, but it looks like our opponent feels that they need to come to us. So maybe our opponent's clocked on to exactly what we're playing right now. It's going to teleport and trade off. Fair enough. Oh, a Runin. Interesting. So that's our flexible Wind Soldier. We've just drawn one of them. Let's take another draw. 2 Averys, 1 more Wind. So we're actually not that far from completing the puzzle. So let's just drop this here to challenge Runin. And then if there's no mobility for the Wrangler, we might be able to just stabilize. So this gives us 4 Faeria. So any calculations we do, we can take into account the fact that we have 4 Faeria already sitting in our hand through the soul packs. What do you do? I'm not sure what you do if there's something in the way. It doesn't really explain that in the video. But this is, oh yeah, so this is never gonna move. I guess you have to use Flash Winds to move the cards out of the way. There's a follower. And a Storyteller. Oh, I'm gonna burn a card. I burned a Storyteller there. Honestly, don't know what to do. I guess I could just do this. Doesn't do anything though. I guess I could play a follower. I can't really burn the Mistral Guides. Man, I'm playing this so bad. Wait, what? Why did it die? Oh, I played a Wind Soldier by accident. Oops. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I need to play this deck some more. I thought I could just jump into it, but it's actually quite complicated. I'm not entirely sure how I win from here. Not because of the pressure that's been applied to me, but mainly because I don't know how I deal with these structures. Like, what do I do? Do I have to Flash Wind my guys out of the way? I already used a Flash Wind. That means I need to draw 2 Flash Winds to find my lethal. And the one-of Mistral Guide, I don't know, like, it just feels like this deck doesn't have consistency. If you only have one of your win condition cards, surely you need at least another copy. Because right now, I'm just sitting around waiting for one card. I just burnt a Wind Soldier by accident. That was meant to be Kaleem's follower. But I am really struggling. Like, I'm going to lose next turn. How do I stop this? That doesn't help me. So what do I do? Like, I need to get a card out of my hand, so I guess I soul pack, so I'm trying to win this turn. Well, I lose next turn, so I'm going to have to try and win this turn. I have no choice. I didn't draw Mistral Guide, so I lost. Like, this is my issue with this list. It needs more consistency with its combo. If you just have one card, I mean, the Iron Smile helps. It lets you draw, but if I don't draw the Iron Smile, I'm never going to pull off the combo. How do I respond to this pressure? Kalusian, if you are watching, by all means leave a comment and tell me where I've gone wrong, because I honestly cannot see how I win in this position. Is this just a game I lose automatically? I move on to the next one? I'd be really curious to know. So if any of you guys have any thoughts, if you've been playing this deck, let me know and we'll discuss it in the comments together. But I'm just going to concede because there is no way I win from this position. And we'll give it, and that's a well play to our opponent. So yeah, that's it for the Magic School Bus. I had a bit more success with Turtle Power. But man, this deck is... I don't know, I think it needs a bit of refining. I think the Kaleem's kind of useless, actually. I would probably just put another Mistral Guide in. But hopefully Kalusian watches and he can give us his thoughts on this deck. That wraps up this episode of Card Spotlight. And I might have sounded a bit frustrated at the end of that last match, but I guess it was just, I felt like I couldn't win, and it was just annoying me a little bit, and I felt like there wasn't the consistency like the other deck I played, which has a lot of card draw. And I was saying this, like, blue gives you a lot of card acceleration, so it's very good in a combo strategy. And green kind of has that too with the Feed the Forest and the Earthcraft, whereas yellow, like, it has to use neutral cards in order to gain that additional cards to pull off the combo. So when you're running one Mistral Guide, it confuses me on how I'm ever supposed to make this combo consistent, because I'm relying on drawing a lot of cards to get the one card I need. Now, there are only Iona Smile to tutor it, but I still need to draw them as well. So maybe the way Kalusian has figured is that Iona Smile are actually Mistral Guides as well, because they'll eventually draw them. But because there's so many other flying creatures in the deck, you're going to draw them too. You might not actually draw the Mistral Guide when you need it. So I guess it's just me kind of looking at the deck, and as someone who's played a lot of combo recently, you know, I did the green-yellow haste combo, Deck Doctor and Deck Pilot, and I played that deck extensively on ladder. I play stuff like blue-yellow archers. You know, that's a combo-esque deck in itself, using mobility and archers to clear the board. So I feel like I have a lot of experience in that archetype. And for me, at face value, now that I've played the deck, now I've seen like how it functions, I strongly feel that the combo needs to be made far more consistent. But that's just me. I didn't invent the deck, so maybe, like I said, Kalusian has some thoughts and some comments on what I maybe did wrong, or how to overcome the situation I was in with the cards I had available. But thank you very much for watching. This is kind of a different version of Card Spotlight, because I did 2 decks and 2 one-turn kill decks. I'm sure some of you are like, oh gosh, more one-turn kill. Or maybe some of you are like, yay, I get to kill people in 1 turn, I can't wait. Whichever side you're on, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did like it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Drop a subscribe if you haven't already, so you can keep up to date with the content that goes live on this channel. And of course, check out the hub, faeria.com/the-hub, for all your latest decks, guides, and articles from both the community and myself. So until next time, guys, take care and enjoy the Storyteller.